right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Tonight, history in St. Louis. City SC taking the pitch for the first time ever at the new City Park. Thousands of soccer fans embracing St. Louis's newest sports team.
Super excited, not only for the game and the team, but just the city as a whole.
It's good for St. Louis. It's something we needed.
Go City!
A very good evening to you tonight. I'm Brent Solomon. It is a new legacy in St. Louis sports. St. Louis City SC taking the field at home for the very first time, defeating Charlotte FC 3-1 in front of a sold-out crowd. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings is live outside of City Park with how fans are feeling after tonight's historic start and win. Travis.
Brent, what happened here tonight really sets the stage for a well-attended season and soccer experience. Tonight's win over Charlotte really amplifies a bright future ahead for St. Louis City SC fans.
St. Louis City SC!
That's been the phrase all Saturday as fans got pumped up for St. Louis's own soccer team's first night on the field at home.
I'm excited that, again, growing up in St. Louis, coming downtown and experiencing wonderful things, that we get to do that again with these guys, and they get to experience having that same civic pride.
Mike Hayes and his family caught a taste of the energy outside City Park's plaza. The city block party brought in live music, food, and loads of vendors. These season ticket holders are fulfilled.
With the first-class job of this stadium and the energy and the way that it's including all aspects of the city, different groups.
Groups like the youth. Alyssa Cimarro's son, William Trotter, was lucky to become part of the City Futures program.
He was the only one who got in because the waiting list is so long.
The seasonal programs are open to children in the area who are curious about the game and want to improve their skills on and off the pitch.
It's really important for me to keep them involved in sports. And once I learned that they loved soccer, you know,
it's not an official home opener without the Budweiser Clydesdales. The legendary horses pranced around the stadium to give their blessing with a ceremonial beer drop.
We are very excited to be here. It's a great partnership with St. Louis City. We're showing our support. We're out here. It is the 90th anniversary of the Budweiser Clydesdales, so it's a very important year for us.
For St. Louis sports fans, it's a night to remember. The celebration is still going. And you know what's really cool about this experience is that when fans leave that big stadium, that brand new stadium, they get to enjoy the rest of downtown. We're live tonight. Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Definitely a night to remember. City SC fans who couldn't get into City Park still had a chance to witness history. A sea of fans packed into the city's newest downtown bar. It's called The Pitch. They went there to catch the home opener on the big screen. We talked with a few fans ahead of the match.
I think just having everything in this area, it's good for St. Louis. It's something we needed.
And you know we're going to win, and this is so great, and I'm just enthused.
He predicted it. 5 on your side will have more coverage of tonight's historic home opener. Corey Miller will have highlights from the match later in sports. Developing tonight, a 19-year-old man recovering after a St. Louis City police officer shot him last night. St. Louis County Police are investigating this when they tell us it happened just after 10:30 last night. City Police SWAT officers tried to pull someone over near Rosalie and North Kings Highway. It led to a chase that ended about 10 minutes later in Jennings near McLaren and Maine. The suspect got out of their car and police say he displayed a gun. That's when they say the officer fired his gun, hitting the suspect once in the chest. Police officers were still searching that area where the chase ended. The suspect was taken into custody and treated at the hospital. He's in critical condition. No officers were hurt. Right now, a woman is recovering after she was shot during an attempted robbery last night in St. Peters. It happened in the parking lot of Schnucks near Jungerman Road and North St. Peters Parkway around 8 last night. Police say the suspect was driving a newer model silver Hyundai SUV. We're told that woman is still in critical condition but is improving. Tonight, the St. Louis Fire Department mourning the loss of a member of its K-9 search and rescue unit. The fire department announced this morning that its cadaver dog, Baldo, died Friday night while assisting St. Louis police at the condemned Railway Exchange building downtown. They did not give further details on what police were investigating. Balco is his name. Balco was the department's only cadaver dog. During his tenure, he performed 9 successful searches, including the Amazon warehouse collapse in Edwardsville and the deadly fire at Bob Kramer's Marionettes. Today, the parents of Janae Edmondson released their first public statement since their daughter was critically hurt in a downtown St. Louis crash. James and Francine Edmondson thanked St. Louis for its support as she recovers. They say, as our daughter's condition continues to improve, our family would like to thank everyone who has reached out, prayed for us, and donated to Janae's recovery. Janae was in town for a volleyball tournament and was walking with her parents back to their hotel when a man crashed and pinned her against another car. The 17-year-old lost her legs in that crash, and a GoFundMe for Janae has now raised more than $700,000. All right, time now for your Weather First forecast. We want to take a live look over downtown St. Louis. A nice day to get outside, and it's shaping up to be an even better tomorrow. Here's meteorologist Jim Castillo with much more. Hey, Jim.
Hey, after all that rain yesterday and even some areas of snow and those strong wind gusts today, what a difference. Started out with some fog and it was very cold, and then we jumped to the low 60s, and right now what a fantastic evening and 44 degrees. You can feel the energy of the city, and it continues with a calm wind. That'll stay with us tonight, but more areas of fog because the ground is still wet, and 38 degrees for the low. So not as cold tonight, and that light wind continues until we get into the afternoon tomorrow, and then a southeast wind picks up 10 to 15. Some of those gusts as high as 25, so not too bad. But look at that temperature. It goes up into the 60s, low 60s. Some areas wouldn't be surprised to see the mid 60s for tomorrow. And then as we get into the forecast for later in the week, it's a really warm Monday. But I wanted to show you this, that record rainfall yesterday at Lambert, 1.66 inches, and the old record 1.49 set in 1976. Much more on the forecast coming up.
Local police officers go head-to-head on the court. Who benefits from this friendly competition? And police approach, drivers take off. A troubling trend putting innocent bystanders in danger.
They don't care about their own safety. They're also not caring about anyone else's safety.
A local family's quest to make roads safer.
Bragging rights taking on a whole new meaning today at Jennings High School. St. Louis City and county police officers took to the court for the Ballin' in the Lou charity game. This year, St. Louis County Police won the friendly basketball competition, but former County Chief Ron Battelle tells 5 on Your Side there's only one winner here.
The bragging rights between the teams, those will go on forever. I'm sure after this event there'll be stories that'll last for a long time, but I'm sure they're saying the county's going to win or the city, but I'd say the Backstoppers is going to win.
All right, organizers say this is also an opportunity to humanize police officers. Fans got a chance to enjoy food, prizes, and even a 3-point contest. Well, the Art in Bloom Festival returned to the St. Louis Art Museum today. People got to enjoy decorative displays of art, featuring a variety of colorful flowers from the region's most talented florists. The festival, held in person for the first time after going virtual the past 2 years, Art in Bloom resumes tomorrow from noon until 4.
Current temperatures are in the upper 30s and low 40s. It's a clear night with light wind. A little bit of fog forming again by morning, especially along the area rivers. The rest of the weekend forecast looking good.
Well, St. Louis area police say people are not only driving dangerously, many of them are taking off when police approach. And often, officers can't hold them accountable. Tonight, the I-Team's Paula Vassan investigates the deadly trend.
We lost a son. We lost my oldest son on my second son's birthday.
4 years after losing Christopher.
That pain never goes away. It lives in your heart.
It's kind of like a memorial for him.
His room looks just as he left it.
He was on the rise with his dreams.
He dreamed of a career in music. His mother, Connie Batzel, says everything changed when this light turned green. This video shows the moment it happened. The 21-year-old was hit by a driver fleeing police in St. Charles.
So whatever we can do to bring voice to bring change, to bring public safety, that's why we're here.
Years after his death, police video from around St. Louis shows a growing trend.
Now well past Mason Road at 155 miles an hour.
Drivers fleeing from law enforcement have become far more frequent. Just look at this red car speeding through traffic. And this car pulls to a stop, then speeds off when an officer walks over.
Officers say it puts the public in danger every single day. Take police in Hazelwood. In the past year, they've seen 41% more drivers speeding away from police trying to stop them.
They don't care about their own safety. They're also not caring about anyone else's safety.
Do you think dangerous drivers are getting away because they think nothing's going to happen to me?
Absolutely.
Captain Tim Berger of the Hazelwood Police Department says police limit pursuits to only the most violent offenders.
What we don't want to see is we don't want to see innocent people getting hurt.
In most cases, he tells the I-Team the danger to the public of fleeing police outweighs the need for law enforcement to stop them. Over the last 4 decades, federal data shows at least 4,200 innocent bystanders, just like Christopher, have died in crashes related to police pursuits. Critics believe that number is hugely underreported. Researchers say there's no standard requirement for tracking, and reporting to the federal government is voluntary. Police departments are also rarely audited.
How are you holding drivers accountable?
Well, we do our very best to make the traffic stops, to enforce the law. We have made changes. We've increased patrols.
82 miles an hour.
Especially to catch speeding.
It's not a Buick.
But Berger says police pursuits are a catch-22 because drivers who get away keep driving dangerously.
There are grants available. So
it's why Connie and her husband Ken are advocating for police to use new technology, an app called Digital Siren. It would let people know where police chases are happening.
It could tell you where, hey, there's an officer up ahead of you. So it uses geofencing.
So far, no police departments in our area have signed on. The Batzels say right now, departments are worried people won't download the app.
Just sacred ground.
So they keep sharing their story.
Love you, Christopher.
Hoping their experience can save even just one life.
What is your message to drivers who are driving dangerously?
We all have places to get to, and let's do it safely so we can see our loved ones again.
Police say many dangerous drivers change the way they drive based on where they are. They say people know where they'll get caught and where they won't. Right now, there's legislation in the works to increase penalties. Want to contact me about this story or another investigative tip? Email paula@ksdk.com. For the I-Team, Paula Basan, 5 on your side.
Paula, thanks. Turning now to your weather first forecast. What a difference a day makes. Jim, I can just recall yesterday the wind and the rain, and then today, perfect.
Right, yeah, big storm yesterday and even some areas of snow.
Yeah.
And it is still winter, but yeah, we have not had a snowy winter at all. And so it's calm today, Brent, and 3 more dry days, which we need it because some of the area rivers, still some minor flooding along those too. So 44 degrees right now. The city looks fantastic. And that high today, 61, 32 for that low. Started out cold, areas of fog and frost. And then tonight shouldn't be as cold, but still overnight lows in the 30s, 52 and 33 for the averages. And the drought monitor, we don't have any situations with that anymore because there's nothing showing up. A little bit of yellow out by Columbia, which means it's dry. But when you see the red here in southeast Kansas, it's an extreme drought or exceptional drought, which is severe. All right, so flood warnings continue for the Kaskaskia River in Illinois, and then we have the Merrimack River, minor flooding on all these. and the Black River and the Big River down to the south, they will probably stay up for a couple of days here and then go down as we get some more rain moving in by Wednesday of next week. And it doesn't look too terribly heavy. But here's a front coming through here tonight, or at least it's becoming stationary, probably right along Interstate 70, goes back as a warm front tomorrow. So we'll start out in the 30s. We're right now in the upper 30s to low 40s, probably hold in the upper 30s around St. Louis, mid 30s, maybe a couple spots around 34, but all of us above freezing. Areas of fog again tomorrow morning, and then it gets just a little bit breezy tomorrow afternoon, gust to 25 out of the southeast, and high temperatures in the lower 60s, sun and clouds mixed, a beautiful day. And then as we get into Monday, look at this, the warmest day of the week, 72. Some models take us a little bit higher than that. A cold front comes through. Temperatures drop on Tuesday, but it stays dry. We're in the 50s Tuesday, but here it is, Wednesday into Thursday and Friday. Mainly, it looks like right now just rain, but temperatures do go down into the 40s. In fact, 48 as we get into Wednesday, and then we stay in the 40s. So Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and it looks like all rain as we continue to look at that extended forecast here. And we're pretty chilly for at least most of that 10-day forecast. So enjoy the 60s tomorrow and the 70s on Monday.
All right, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. We promised you more on the St. Louis City SC. You know what? This is exciting. It really is.
Listen, no matter what happened tonight, it was going to be a match to remember. But then City SC went and gave us an all-timer. Nobody's ever going to forget this one. More City SC highlights coming up in sports.
The Sports Desk is brought to you by Jim Butler Chevrolet, the Midwest's #1 Chevy dealer, 10 years running.
This 5 on Your Side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
Well, we use the word history maybe a little too much in sports, but tonight that's the only word that's appropriate. The first ever MLS game in our town, and it lived up to the hype. City SC opening up City Park for their debut match against Charlotte, and the place was absolutely electric from the kickoff. Charlotte had the first goal at City Park. This header from Enzo Capetti was a beauty. But guess what? The first goal for City in St. Louis is an own goal from Charlotte. Oh my goodness, everybody goes nuts. Look at this baby coming up. Hold on. There's the baby. Get the Simba treatment. City would score themselves right before the half. Edward Lewin got a penalty shot. He converts. That made it 2-1. Second half, a familiar name making another big pay. It's Klaus. Steele in the box. He fires it past the keeper. 3-1 City, and that's how it ends. City SC is the first expansion team since 2014 to start 2-0 in the MLS. We now go live to our Frank Cusimano at City Park. And Frank, just what was this historic night like for you?
Corey, thanks very much. You know, sometimes special things in life are worth the wait. And make no mistake, this was a special thing, a 3-1 victory in the first ever home game for St. Louis City SC. A couple of observations. Number one, I've never been to a sporting event where I saw 22,000 people stand and cheer the entire game. They did not need seats in this stadium. And secondly, expansion teams are not supposed to go 2-0, and the players know that.
Yeah, we took this as motivation. You know, we don't really care about what people think or what they expect from us. In the end of the day, it's what we expect from ourselves and what we want to achieve. So in the end of the day, we try to take these negative thoughts of people, you know, positive and just as a motivation for us.
On the field, but in the stands, the town is in love with their soccer team, and they've only played one home game. With photographer Eric Voss, I'm Frank Cusimano. Let's send it back.
Thanks, Frank. Well, down in Jupiter, there is a larger-than-life presence starting to take hold over the Cardinals nation. It's hard to have a better start to spring training than the one Jordan Walker is off to. Let's go down to spring training. Walker legged out an infield single, his first time up today against the Nationals. Then on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, he did that. Oh my goodness, over the berm, nearly into the concession stands, 407 feet away, 70 feet away, no biggie. After doubling his next time up, the expected velocity on this line drive was 100 miles an hour as it quickly left the yard. He finished a triple short of the cycle as the Cards win 9-6. Walker's batting .500 so far this spring with an OPS of 1.667. That's pretty good. Let's check in on the Blues. Late start tonight in LA. St. Louis tied it up on this goal coming up from Robert Thomas. Nice goal right there. Right now it is tied at 1 after the first period. Here was just one of the pressing questions today at Mizzou Arena, and even Ole Miss fans got a chuckle out of it. What even is a hottie toddy? All right, Tigers got a tussle from the Rebels, but did what they had to do. Noah Carter gets the late and 1. That put Mizzou up by 5. And Coach Dennis Gates' defense got the stops they needed for an 82-77 win. So with Tennessee losing, guess who moved into 4th seed and a double bye for next weekend's SEC tournament? Well, it is the Tigers for the first time since joining the SEC. A huge day on the Illinois girls high school basketball front. First off, O'Fallon playing Bennett Academy for the 4A title tonight. It was a classic. You saw Shannon Dow sinks a late free throw. That made it go to overtime. They go to double OT where the Panthers pull it out. O'Fallon wins their first ever 4A girls basketball title, 62-57. Let's go down to 2A. Mater Dei took on Byron for their title. It was a big day for the Knights' Alyssa Korkenmeyer. This is one of her 10 blocks in the game. She also had 14 rebounds to go along with 23 points if you're counting at home. That is a triple-double. Mater Dei wins their championship 62-46. Haley Bowers going for a state title in her first year as head coach of the Oakville Rockets. The 1A finals against Christopher and Elena Krause was too much today. Look at those moves. She scored 23 points. Oakville wins 49-31. How about the Metro East? 3 state champions today in girls basketball.
Wow.
I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's never happened.
Yeah, we're making history all over the place.
History all over.
We love it. Thank you, Corey. Have a good one.